Hello and welcome to Charter's Local Edition. I'm Lori Farkas. We're in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the WAM Convention, and we're talking with Bob Anderson. You're on the Town Council for the town of Albin. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the beautiful town of Albin. I know you're right outside of Cheyenne.
Yeah, we're about 50 miles northeast and off of 85, and we last census gained 60 people.
But that's big for your
That's
city.
big, yeah. We have
It really is.
186. So,
Wow.
which is good since we lost our high school several years ago.
Now, primarily an agriculture and farming community. Talk a little bit about what that means to your community.
The basic industry out there now, besides raising crops, is the pigs, which there's lots of farrowing, and that's what they raise them little and ship them to the West Coast to be fattened.
Now, is that business doing pretty well out there, or what are
I think
some of the
it is.
challenges?
They have trouble getting help, I know. They run a bus into Cheyenne, or out of Cheyenne, and haul quite a few people out there. And some of them don't like that type of work, don't last very long, so they're always going through employees.
Yeah. You've been involved for a number of years. You were telling me that you were first elected in 1978, so you've got a long history of community service. Tell me a little bit about your past and why you got involved.
Back then, we really didn't, there's two of us didn't really like things that were going on, so we ran and defeated some of the good old boys.
You don't like it, change it.
So probably we're the good old boys now that we need to get rid of.
But you were mayor for a little while of Albin, and now you're on the town council. What has changed, since you very first started in government and the way things are now? What types of change have you seen?
Well, there's always money issues. Seemed like we got a lot when the severance tax came in, and now it's less, and that's one of the big changes. And all the rules and regulations with water get more stringent all the time. And
yeah, absolutely. That's always an issue all across Wyoming. You were a local business owner as well, so you know a little bit about business. Tell me about your career.
Well, my brother and I had a repair shop since '83, and then he just passed away. So I retired from, I was a bus driver for 23 years and also ran the shop.
That's a challenging job. I was telling you off camera, I put my two kids in the back seat, and I don't know how you deal with a whole bus full. So that's very challenging, that's for sure.
You know what they say about bus drivers, all your troubles are behind you.
And that's no joke, oh, for sure. Well, we're at the WAM Convention. This is not your first WAM Convention. Why is it important for you to attend?
Well, you always gain knowledge of new things. Even if you go over something you've done before, you're still learning new things all the time, meeting people. I think it's a good organization.
When you go back to Albin, do you draw on the relationships that you've made here with the other mayors and maybe call on them for help when you need it?
We call the WAM office, and yeah, they consult with, our clerk consults with some of the other people we've met here.
Right.
Because there's always somebody with expertise. And
yeah. Good thing you can draw on those types of things. Are there any festivals, events, and great things happening in Albin this summer that folks at home need to know about?
Well, we always have an Albin Day, which the original was when the railroad arrived in '28. The railroad crew and the locals played a baseball game, and they've had an Albin Day ever since then. It's always the second Saturday in July.
Okay, get that on your calendars. What all happens during Albin Days? They still have the baseball game, or has that changed?
Softball now.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for joining us. It's absolutely been a pleasure. And if you haven't had a chance to get to Albin, make sure you put that on your list, an Albin Day. And you've been watching Charter's Local Edition, and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.